All right. What the heck is going on, everybody? We have finally got the EU regional replays from Valencia, and I have had a list of the best series from that tournament. It was such a good tournament. It was the most surprising region. There was people who got wiped by a player and come back and smash in the next match. There was so many amazing upsets and comebacks and just weird results. It was such a fascinating and fun season. So we're going to be going here into, I believe this was the round of 8 match between Harstem in the top right, having an absolute standout season, facing off against the biggest of Gabes, Heromarine, in the top left side. And Big Gabe going to be opening up with a forward proxy barracks to get aggressive. Harstem scouting for it. I think knowing a lot about his opponent, that he is favoring those proxy barracks aggression plays, but is not going in that direction just yet. Yeah, he's scouting everywhere else. So I'd normally criticize this barracks for being very conservative and quite far back, but it looks like, knowing that Harstem is going to scout for it and expect it, a very intelligent placement by Heromarine. So as I said, guys, there's been lots of upsets through this season, and as well as not just that, just like one player would be getting smashed and then they'd make a comeback, and like there's just way too many fun, crazy series. So I really enjoyed this season of the EU regionals, kind of just catching up on the results. Some of the series I still haven't even watched, so you'll be getting my authentic reactions. I only know, obviously, the outcome, the score result, but not actually what happened in some of the games, since this all gets played in the middle of the night. Unfortunately, ESL was just really slow to release the replays. They seemed to forget to drop them when the Valencia replays came out, and I was harassing them. Me and I think Winter was harassing them on Twitter as well. We were both like, guys, where are our replays, man? Actually, I think it was Loco. I think Winter was making fun of us for... He's like, what, you guys want the replay of, like, Hass and Nice playing a best of 69 in the Taiwan region and just to cast their cheese? Or we're like, no. I'm like, I want the EU replays more than anything, dude. The EU replay season was sick. Oh, this could get nasty for Harstem, man. Tries to pull 2 probes down, but you're never going to stop that bunker getting up. So that was a really bad choice by Harstem, and it's going to cost him big time. He's already lost 2 probes. Heromarine, oh, he does bounce himself with the grenade there. Heromarine, oh man, I don't think this is good micro for Harstem. Yeah, because the thing is, he's not pulling enough probes to really intimidate the Reaper. Can he kill it? No kill either. So he gets out of there behind this. The probe is harassing on the other side, so that's kind of nice for Harstem. At least he can maybe get a kill there or two, but no shield battery on the low ground, and he went Adept first. You really want to go Stalker first usually in this scenario, because when you get 2-3 Stalkers out plus a shield battery, you can kill the bunker very easily. Now, the one advantage that Harstem has on this map is that you can't jump up here. On a lot of maps, you come down here to fight. The Reapers jump in the main and kill another probe or 2. But on this map, they can only run up the ramp. So there's no real way to quickly jump up the ledge or anything like that on that right side. Stalker and the Adept here trying to do what they can. This probe did not get any kills. And I've got to say, this feels really shit for Harstem. He does get the Oracle Chronoed, and he did go a quick Stargate because he saved the gas by not going for that... what do you call it, the Stalker. He went for the Adept, saved 25 gas. His Warp Gate still has not started, though, and at this point, that's a mistake. It's already past 3 minutes, getting close to 3:30, so Harstem, if he forgets that in this high-pressure situation, he could be in trouble. Finally, the SCV does get revenge on that probe that was harassing for so long. Nice in and out micro. Notice he's trying to dodge the projectiles with the SCV there, and the Reapers are both going to escape, and the SCV's going to get a scout potentially. No, good scouting denial there by Harstem. He's quickly got to transfer these workers down to the natural, get back to chronoing these units. He's got a second Oracle being chronoed. Warp Gate now gets remembered. Oh my lord, he's going to have Warp Gate finish at almost 6 minutes. That's a really gross, like 5-minute 30 Warp Gate finish, very late. Hopefully it doesn't affect him too much. Oracle's going to grab 2 kills. Every kill is so valuable right now, and the Reapers also get deflected from the main base. The Oracles can clean up those Reapers. That's more free kills of that. And oh my god, he's getting a lot of damage, man. Where are the Widow Mines right now, guys? I mean, there's 4 of them out, but they are just not covering the workers. And Heromarine, from a fantastic start to just really getting overeager, he's sending 3 Widow Mines across the map in the medevac. Damn, he loses 7 SCVs. I mean, he does kill 1 Oracle, but this other Oracle can get even more damage because there's nothing there that shoots up. The Viking will be out momentarily, but Harstem's going to get a bit more damage. And as long as he spreads versus those Widow Mine drops, then he should be good. He gets a Widow Mine, another SCV. Harstem straight back into this game. And this is the sort of series I like. One player fumbles, the other one fumbles. The first player fights back, but oh lord, oh lord, oh lord. Oh my god. Okay, he only loses 5 probes. That could have been worse, but oh, the Reapers come in as well. And Heromarine, he will lose those Reapers. Maybe not the best focus fire there. but still very useful. 12 workers ended up going down. It looks like both Oracles died, but Heromarine on 23 SCVs. Oh my gosh. I mean, let's take a look at the infrastructure. You've lost your Oracles. All you've got is one Phoenix with a second one building, going to 3 gates. No Twilight started, only just starting a third. Terrible position for 5 minutes 20 for Harstem. Problem for Heromarine is his position might be worse. I'm like, Harstem's position sucks, but Heromarine is also in the mud right now. Neither of these guys is looking too fantastic. They've both fallen into the bog. Their armor is getting a bit rusty, and every single Widowmine goes down. He focuses that one before it burrows and picks up the other two. Lovely defense there by Harstem, and I would say that puts him solidly in the lead now. Heromarine is going to be going for 3 racks, so he's going to have the Raven, and he'll go for Stim and Shields in a little bit. They're starting about 6 minutes. That means about 8 minutes we're going to be seeing the potential for some actual bio timings. I mean, his actual Marine count is not very high. He's got 10 Marines and a Viking out right now, 1 tank, 1 Raven. He is going to go Reactor, so he'll go into double Medevac and double Mine production. Meanwhile, Forge and Twilight coming in, also exceptionally delayed, but I do feel like Protoss, usually with a few chronos on their probes and some consistent production, bounces back from damage a little bit smoother than Terran, especially with just how early the Oracles did that damage. So we'll see how it scales out. I still think it's anybody's game. There's a lot of play for both sides, but the Phoenix, okay, that's a good start. That Raven, he sees the Raven, but Phoenix almost dies there. The Raven, of course, going to be very fragile. One of the big things I've talked for years about how bad Raven is in this scenario. If your opponent goes Phoenix and you go Raven, guys, you're an absolute donkey. And the thing is, every pro gamer agreed with me until maybe the last year, where Maru and 1 or 2 other Terrans showed that, hey, we're so good at keeping our Raven safe and microing it around and making sure the Phoenix can never get on top of it, that, like, I'd say 8 games out of 10, that Raven gets a good amount of effectiveness before the Phoenix can kill it. Whereas previously, it would always just get killed. The Phoenix would just run in, kill it, it dies, because it's so fragile. But people are so good now at the very top that they are really awesome at keeping it alive. My favorite thing to watch, though, is how people just kind of blindly copy pro gamers. So they're like, oh, I can do that. And they definitely cannot. And yeah, their Phoenix never gets a single spell off. It always dies at the start of the battle. And I'm like, why did you build this unit? They're like, Maru did it. I copied his build. And I'm like, you're not Maru. You're not big game, man. That Raven... Okay, it's a good Phoenix count, man. Okay, Heromarine does send a few Marines back, but that doesn't fully protect his rally. Yeah, this is good moves by Harstem. I really like this move. Harstem gets a Widowmine. He can pick up these 3 Marines. Oh, Widowmine's there. But I don't think there's an armory, so he can kill those Widowmines if he wants to, but instead he's like, nope, I need to be at home. Ooh, auto turrets do get down for Heromarine, and a lot of the Marines get in front, but battery overcharge is also a sick ability, but these Zealots are just outside of range of it. Another auto turret comes down. Heromarine, oh, the Raven does go down there. The Phoenix is still here as well, so the scary thing right now is just how exposed he is, right? He's got to kind of bring more units out and reinforce. Harstem's up clean on 60 probes. It's a good advantage. His +1 armor's finishing as well right now. And these Phoenix and Zealots going to go in. I like that he's going for the Marines. This is really wise. Harstem is trying to lower the damage output of Heromarines' army. He's also trying to use the Phoenix's bonus versus light units to kill those. Unfortunately for him, somehow those Zealots took forever to kill that tank and like the 1 or 2 Marines, and great focus fire by Heromarine. He kills every single Phoenix. His third's almost finished. He's only down 7 workers. He's going to start 4th and 5th racks. He should be getting his +1 armor soon as well. And I feel like Heromarine is actually in a very decent spot. He does need to remember his concussive shells as he's now swapping into Marauder production. Behind this, though, Harstem wisely says, okay, I've lost all of my air control. Get a Robo Bay, get +1. I need some bloody upgrades, man. And he's going to try to rebuild the Phoenix count, but losing those Phoenix is such a big bummer. And this is what I find with any player that goes like lots of Oracles, lots of Phoenix, the preservation of those units and it's their repeat value that makes the styles really effective. But if in one push like that, you lose 5-6 Phoenix, it's suddenly like, oh no, I am not going to get that repeat value at all. Heromarine going to start barraging forward, but this is a pressure. This is not a committed push, I don't believe, guys. I think he just wants to make Harstem uncomfortable and get in there pre-splash damage as well. But the cannon and the battery do help out. The Widowmines don't want to chase into that. Now, the reason why we know Heromarine not committed is he's going second eBay Armory and he's keeping up his SCV production behind this. So he's trying to bait Harstem into bad fights, keep him off of 4th base, all this sort of stuff. But Harstem, oh, he's looking really good. He's going to go straight in that main. He unloads 3 Zealots there. No warp in, though. So Harstem may be multitasking a little bit pressed. It looks like a Widowmine drop went in his main. Has to drop a cannon reactively to that. Does lose 6 probes. Pulls back all 3 Zealots in the main, though. So Harstem's looking pretty good. And he's got a probe on the left. Oh, I like the spotters for Harstem. He's got a lot of budget vision out here. You really just can't afford to have that many observers out. And there's a reason why, because it's, you know, the Terran doesn't know where the observers are. They're an incredibly powerful unit. Giving up robo production time to do that is a big cost. Where's the Colossus at, bro? He's only got 1 robo? Harstem. Guys, what's happening to Harstem? He's not spending his money at all right now. I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he's just... He keeps sending Zealots out to get vision. But okay, he's just trying to clean up the Phoenix. Finally starts another Colossus and a second robo, but a big delay on that. A big delay there. So at moments like that make me think Harstem is much more of a human than guys like Heromarine, where it feels like Heromarine is just so bloody consistent no matter what's happening. It's why Heromarine's such a big favorite in this series, for anyone who's wondering. I mean, Harstem's a fan favorite, but Heromarine's the favorite on the stats sheet by far to win this series. That being said, Harstem even making it this far in the tournament, he's done it in fantastic fashion. He's made a lot of upsets happen in the group stage to get here. Unfortunately, oh, Harstem letting his balls hang out a little bit too much there. Ooh, oh, okay, he does pick up 1 of the Widow Mines, but 2 Zealots, some misclicks for Harstem. Nonetheless, gets some good force fields. He holds back the army. An opportunistic dive from Heromarine actually backfires a little bit. Heromarine has been more cost efficient, and he's up on workers, and he's got a 4th actually ahead of Harstem. I mean, this does not look good for Harstem, but I guess that just the fact that he's adding double robo in here, it does make me feel a little bit better for his situation. One of his robos sitting idle right now, though. He's got 1 Immortal, 1 Colossus, no disruptors in there, and uh-oh, there's no battery here. Oh, that Colossus is going to fall to these Vikings quite potentially. Good force fields, though. Those force fields are very effective. Phoenix come forward. The Colossus coming back into this fight. He doesn't want to lose it. Oh, Gabe actually focus fires the Colossus, and he barely gets it, but he loses all of his Vikings. Great force field usage. There we go. Gabe does pull back on that side. The Robo's being chronoed, but not being produced out of. You can see Harstem is just so starved for minerals. He doesn't want to go for Archons. A lot of people say, well, just make Archons. You've got gas. The problem is that Ghosts counter Archons so incredibly hard that they only really work if you make the game very messy, or if you are a bit ahead of the tech and you get them when your opponent only has 1 or 2 ghosts. But right now, enhanced shockwaves, lots of ghost production, 2nd starport, so he'll always be able to keep up his Viking production with the Colossus count. And I think Harstem's goal here is going to be like, okay, if you ever lose all your Vikings, I might swap back into Colossus really hard. In the meantime, it's going to be a bit of Colossus, a bit of Disruptor, a little bit of Immortal, add the 2nd Forge, just try to round that army out. And no doubt, he's going to be looking for the DT transition, where he's going to go blink DTs and start trying to snipe those big command centers and take them down. So we've got 2-2 upgrades finishing. Big upgrade lead for Heromarine. Does he go straight for 3-3 here? And another question that I always ask, and you guys know the answer to this, those of you who watch the channel a lot, will he go Fusion Core? Because imagine building 4 range libs at a time. That's so good. But you know he's never going to do it. Because pros always feel like, hey man, dude, I just need more Bio, more Ghost, more Viking. I gotta, keep the momentum up. I can't give Protoss that much time. If I wait for range libs, Protoss gets a free pass to 6 bases and Tempests and that sort of stuff. And suddenly, the libs are still good units, but they don't want to let the pressure off the Protoss for that long. I think for us normies, us regular average Joes on the ladder, it's like such a good move. But for them, it's always a dangerous proposition where it's like, I really want to get my 3-3. I really want to get my 5th base. In this case, he wants to get, normally you'd go 8 barracks, but he only had enough money for a 6th and a 7th barracks. They'll get tech labs. That's going to be extra Ghost Marauder production to really round out his army. And notice the way Gabe is kind of like, he's threatening the left, he's threatening the right, and he wants to kind of come in and bring everything in on this side. Half of Harstem's army is out on that side. Ooh, he gets a Ghost and a Marauder, does Harstem. Nice EMPs, but Battery Overcharge is a scary ability, dude. Oh my god, big Disruptor shots. Oh, Gabe maybe attacking a bit too decisively into this battery. He takes out the Battery Overcharge, but he's lost all his Vikings. The Colossus is still here. Gabe popping a bit of a stiffy and getting a bit too excited for himself, trying to force a fight there without really having the surface area to dodge the disruptor shots. That red hit point medevac is worrying me. The Phoenix, luckily for Gabe, did not target that one. He has to pull back and turtle up for a little bit now, but Harstem has free reign of the map. Look at this. He's got 3-2 upgrades on the way versus +3 attacks, so he's going to catch up there. He's going to move out with DTs on the left side, so he's getting ready to start backstabbing this base. Hot tip for you Terran players, if you guys struggle with DT run bys. When you build a bunker, you actually want to build it one space further forward, and you want to build depots in front of it and behind it, so there is only a single space for one DT to attack it. So if they blink forward or A-move their DTs, all the DTs will funnel into that little choke point between the two depots, and only one can attack it at a time. It's a really nice way of buying yourself those valuable extra seconds. It forces the Protoss to micro, to either hold position or actually individually target the SCVs, and it's definitely something that's going to do really well. Whereas this bunker, you're going to see that thing just disappear to 5-6 DTs blinking on it. It'll just blip, gone. Meanwhile, Heromarine is catching up here. He's doing okay. He's getting the fusion core now, as I said, only after he's got a 5th command center up and all this sort of stuff, right? +2 ship weapons is on the way as well. That's a very important upgrade. +2 ship weapons liberators will be able to one-shot an EMP'd Stalker. And Stalker being the main anti-air that Protoss has, well, guess what? You're super screwed if you get your Stalkers EMP'd. You just can't fight the libs. The Protoss has to basically do what Harstem's doing here and just reposition around and see what he can kind of grab. Right now, he's doing a good job with his disruptors. I like the way he's shifted his army to the left, DTs to the right. There's no reinforcements here, no Widow Mines. Oh, you really need Widow Mines or a Liberator sieged up on this, but oh no! Oh, Gabe's gonna be triggered, man. Oh, this is such a good move. And look at this, balls getting thrown from afar. I've talked to you guys about when you're 7 feet tall, when you are a gigantic Dutchman. You know, a lot of people can't reach these targets with their balls, but Harstem can. He does even kill a few of his own Stalkers there to make more disruptors, more balls, always the answer. I've been talking a lot about the quad robo lately, how when you're at this stage in this bank, you should really get at least 2 or 3 more robos up just to try and make sure that you can always rebuild if you lose a fight. And killing a few of his Stalkers is very dangerous because his Colossus have so little anti-air covering them. But look at this. He's going to shift. So DTs will hit the left and his main army will pull the focus down to the right. Now, Gabe hasn't really lost these bases. The problem is positionally, Gabe is in a corner, you know? And you might be like, no one puts Big Gabe in the corner. No one puts Big Gabe in the corner. But right now, Harstem has put him there, and he's trying to drop his balls on his face. And Gabe does not like it. It's a frustrating situation. He's trying to dodge disruptors on one side and deal with big Zealot DT run-bys on the other. In fact, look, Zealots on the right. It's actually DTs on the left. So look at this. He's luring Gabe's attention. Oh my god, look at this. He's got DTs waiting on the left side this whole time, and he's very actively luring Gabe to that right side of the map. Now, Gabe goes out, and he does manage to nab a few of the Dutchman's balls, and he's only left... Okay, he's left a lib and a bunker, though. A lib and a bunker. He should be able to kill these DTs, but he's going to lose a lot. He's got to pull the SCVs. Do not stand your ground, mate. And this is why I always talk about Widow Mines, guys. So at this stage of the game, one of the best things you can do as a Terran player is leave 2 Widow Mines. Number 1, if you've got turrets, observers can't come in, so they can't actually see and remove the Widow Mines. Number 2, Dark Templar only have 80 shields and 40 hit points, which means 3 Widow Mine splash damages will kill unlimited numbers of DTs. Here we go. Gabe's going in for a gigantic fight. He's going to come in from every single angle. Decent angle, but his bio just can't really close. That doesn't matter, though, if his Viking lib kills everything. He's going to get rid of all of the Colossus, the libs, sieging, unsieging, trying to move forward. It's a lot of cannons, though. He's still got to be wary here. DT's coming in from that left side. Gabe's economy is looking kind of fragile. Yet another bunker out in the open. DTs will be going down. At least a few of them will anyway, and he's going to keep pushing that right side. I'd like to see Gabe actually push north into the previous 3rd or 4th base of Harstem. Harstem's army, mass Stalker Disruptor right now, very weak. And remember, his Disruptor count's not high enough. He's only building 1 Disruptor at a time. He's only got 4 or 5 Disruptors there, but oh, the libs go too far forward. Heromarine, he actually gets a bit too excited there, and he throws all of his libs away. He needs to pull back now. That was a very expensive loss for Heromarine. And I think this is huge because now look at this, DT's filtering in. This is going to force Big Gabe to look at home and micro at home, which means he needs to pull back with his army because he's not going to be able to dodge the disruptor shots while he's dealing with this. These DTs are causing a ruckus right now. I love Harstem's movement through the middle of this map, just distracting him, keeping him on his toes. Now, of course, Gabe just cannot establish a 5th base, and this is where he starts to run dry. Harstem's using his movement to cut off his economy and also land some big nuts on his face. Oh, this is very painful right now for Gabe. He's trying to deal with these bloody DTs, man. But it's very, very tough. This is the point of the game where a lot of people say, why don't you build a Raven? The problem is that Raven's going to get sniped down, you know. It's very hard to have it in the right place at the right time. Those DTs can be hitting everywhere. It's always going to be a tough situation. Harstem's movement is just so high level. His balls are avoided for now. The libs can always zone out one side. The problem here for Heromarine is, where do you take a base? He's got so many workers that aren't really mining efficiently right now, even though he's way down on the economy. Now, Harstem does not have a big bank to lean back on. And remember, the actual meat of his army kind of sucks. Stalkers blink forward, but a good counter with the EMP and the stim bio. Only one lib falls to that one. I think this is really good control by Heromarine. At the same time, though, Harstem just throwing a barrage of peanuts into the face of Heromarine. And, oh, that's not a peanut. Hits some ghosts, so it's a big shot. And another decent shot lands as well. Nothing absolutely game-winning, but not too bad. Oh, the DTs go into the left side, and Stalkers kill the lib as well. There are more libs. Where that came from, is that going to be enough? Gabe is disengaged on the right side. Harstem gets 6 SCVs on the lib, keeping Gabe pinned. He's got a 6th base coming up of his own, does Harstem there. +3 armor is finally going to be finishing. He still doesn't have any Colossus rebuilt. That's what I'd really like to see. I guess there's some landed Vikings in the army, so he's a little afraid to do so. Heromarine has got a army supply lead, but attacking into batteries and cannons is never something that's very fun. The libs can really zone some of these units out, but it's very awkward to control. Oh, Stalkers go forward, but my god, you see how painful that is. They get one lib and so many Stalkers go down. This is what we're talking about with the EMP and the +2, dude. That base is going to go down. This is why this is the best angle, because there's so much cannon battery on that right side. DTs come in, but oh no, Gabe. Oh, get out of there, Gabe. He EMPs, and remember, these units go to 40 hit points once they're EMP'd as well. They get killed so quickly, do these DTs. Good pullback here by Gabe, but Gabe's got to watch out, because there could be balls popping out on all sides. Oh, okay, that one gets a few of his units, and now the army's coming in from behind. Okay, very nice siege up on the libs, but Gabe did lose some bio there. That disruptor, it only got 2 units apparently. The Stalkers, Harstem gets 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2 Liberators and a Marauder picking off some of these units. These libs are in a very good position though. Gabe doing very nicely, and I think Harstem needs to give up his main. There's just no way he can get up there. Not right now. His DTs are doing good damage, and I think this is acceptable as Harstem, simply because Gabe's income sucks, guys. Gabe is down to 1,000 minerals a minute. He cannot secure a 5th right now. Ooh, Harstem. Oh, he recalls! Crazy, man! Harstem recalls into this! Oh my god! He busts with the Zealots from the left, the Stalkers, the Disruptors from the right. I will have to rewind this replay at the end and look at that again. A ballsy maneuver. I thought he'd just have to give it up, but he actually preserves a bunch of gateways. Twilight, DT, Shrine, Stargate, Cybercore. So he actually preserves a lot of that. Starts to repower a bit of the gateway production there. He does not have a lot of production, guys. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 powered gateways. That's only going to power the 7th one, not that one on the far side of it. So he's going to be back to 7 gate production. I guess Harstem's income is not perfect either, but it is more than double the minerals of Big Gabe right now. Gabe pushing down this left side. He's going to try and push that Watchtower DTs. Look at that, using Blink to evade and trying to secure a 5th base. It's his main floated down to the 5th, but the point stands. It is a 5th base, and it's a very important base. Okay, that base goes down for Harstem. Here we go. Disruptors and Zealots coming forward. Harstem's coming back with his whole army. His DTs are starting to tear it up. He does lose 1 DT there. Oh, the probes mostly survive, which is pretty good for Harstem. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Big Gabe there shows us that he is indeed a German, you know, apparently involved there and experienced with their adult industry, because he just ate those. Oof. Like no tomorrow. That was a huge game-changing shot. I mean, Heromarine's army supply is now down. That is painful, man. That is, oh yeah, I think it's too much now. I mean, it's still a fragile army. It's like just Zealots and Stalkers, right? But you've got 8 Disruptors, and how do you defend this base? You've got no Liberators. You've got 1 Liberator. You're building 2 more. Heromarine doesn't have any siege, and these Disruptors are endless. Harstem really, look, he can just keep chipping away, and it's very, very hard for Heromarine to do anything about it. Marauder's getting picked off. Is Harstem going too deep? Oh, he lands another one. Oh, and Heromarine cowering behind his mineral line right now, trying to get back. But this is so difficult for him. Harstem has the numbers on the ground, and even with that base in the top left now mining, Heromarine realizes he needs to get rid of this now, and oh, Harstem's just got too many Disruptors in reserve, so you can't really do the thing where you run in and just focus them down, because you're going to need to focus down like 8 Disruptors, and the problem is, as you try to get close, the Zealots will block you. And look at that, the orbital goes down, and he can now just move to the left and deny the next base. What are you going to chase through his Disruptors? That's not going to work. Oh, chasing into Disruptors, not going to work at all. And Harstem there, engineering a fantastic victory. A terrible start for Harstem, but he fights back with the Oracle. And does get it done in a scrappy game. All right, let's go into game 2. A great game 1 start for Harstem. Now, he's once again scouted everywhere for proxies around his base, guys, before going to the other side of the map. And Gabe has just hidden the barracks just outside his base. Double gas again. So Gabe really favoring the double gas openings. Harstem does go for that expansion there. Now, I'd say there's a current meta. Whether you go for the double gas or not, a lot of Protoss are opening Stargate at the moment to get a lot of control. And this, if you're predictable with this, it is very, very weak to a Terran player that opens up with a quick tech lab, a Cyclone, and then just goes into multiple barracks and just does a really powerful like Marine tank push, or just even just a sharp stim bio push, right? With Widow Mines works as well. And the reason that's so powerful is the Protoss players are blindly committing to Stargates. The thing is, a Cyclone shuts down any Stargate harassment. If you go Cyclone, you're also not committing to your own drops or Liberators or any sort of that harassment. And the reason why that's really good is, well, guess what? If you don't commit to anything like a Widow Mine drop, those Phoenix don't get any value. Oh, this Zealot's doing a pretty sick job combined with the Probe, but oh my god, the Reaper Micro, but the Probe's gonna get it! Okay, the Probe gets it. So the bunker will not be allowed to finish. Very, very good micro. So the difference here was the Zealot for Harstem, right, guys? The difference was the Zealot. So remember that last game? He pulled 2 probes, and I was like, oh, I really don't like this move. I think he falls way behind. Well, this time around, he's going to lose 2 probes, but one of them is his scouting probe. The bunker doesn't get up, which means he gets to rally down here about a full minute earlier than he did in the last game. So I think his opening's quite all right. Now, Heromarine does get to take a command center straight away. He's going for that Cyclone that I talked about. And Harstem's playing Stargate. Now, recently we've seen a lot of the Korean top Terrans abuse predictable European players. Beyond especially has been doing this to like Geralt and Maxpax because they play Stargate too often. And he basically just keeps opening up with the quick Cyclone and just killing them with his 3 racks timing every game. Q has been doing it a fair bit as well. So the thing is, really the meta we've seen, and we've seen this like Hero, Maru, and all these sorts of matches. As the Protoss, you want to be unpredictable. You want to go Twilight 1 game, Stargate the next. Then go Twilight 2 games, Stargate 2 games. Like, the thing is, if the Terran can predict it, I do think the builds work out much better for the Terran. And right now, this is the exact build that Heromarine doing. Straight into 3 racks before Starport, and he's just going to have a really powerful bio army, and he can just go and kill Harstem. And technically, you can defend with a Phoenix play like what Harstem's done. And I say technically because it is balanced on such a knife's edge, especially with these ones where they get the fast factory out and they go 3 racks before Starport. Like, it is a scary, scary build. It's a beautiful timing that Heromarine's going to be building up towards. And he's even hiding his tank in the back. Oh, he's going to do a 2-tank push. Okay, guys, so I actually think Heromarine's going to do a special tactics build similar to what Coffee does a lot in the Chinese region. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to go with 2 tanks. He's going to pull 4 or 5 SCVs, and he's going to just pull all of his Marines. He might even go shields first. No, he's going to go stim first. But yeah, he's going to go like just Marine, Marauder, stim, and shields. No medevacs, which means you might think, well, what the hell? How do you do that? He doesn't have to take a gas on his natural because he doesn't have an engineering bay, no +1 attack, also no starport. Oh, Heromarine kills his own SCV. Bit of a derpy derp there. Gets a little bit excited. Doesn't show up in the units lost tab, but it should show up here, yeah. See there? It only shows an SCV, but up there, hey, it's a cancelled bunker, 25 minerals plus 2 SCVs that you've lost, so... that Shift L doesn't always show everything accurately because it doesn't show units that you kill yourself. If you kill your own stuff, it doesn't show up, man. You can deny it. You can trick the observers, trick the casters. 3rd base is on the way. Guys, where's the Robo? Where's the Twilight? He's going Twilight now. I don't even know if his charge is going to be ready for this push. Stim and Shields is almost done. Harstem just has no scouting. That's another power of the Cyclone, is it keeps your scouting back. Because you don't want to throw these Phoenix away. Look at this. He doesn't see anything. He has no idea what he's up against. So I think Harstem straight up dies to this. And remember, why am I talking about this from the start of the game? Pig, do you have Warlock Sight? I have seen Beyond kill Geralt with this. I've seen Hero die in weekly cups to cure in this exact same scenario. I do not know how you're supposed to... I don't think you can defend this as Harstem. I think he might just be dead. I don't want to kill the hype. People like, don't kill the hype. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think he holds this push. I would love for him to do it because I am going to learn a lot because I have died in Harstem's position here so many times as well in the ladder where I'm like, damn, that's hard, man. He does pick off a lot of the Marine rally and 4 SCVs. How many Marines have we got up here? The problem is, okay, so 15 Marines is not that many. And remember, after each stim, they can't heal. There's no medevacs at all. I mean, you have to give up your 3rd as Harstem, and he's got a battery in the natural to fall back on. He hasn't started charge, and he's supply blocked. Oh, no. Oh, he's trying to dedicate to defending his third. I don't know if you can do that. The battery overcharge gets focused down instantly. The Marines are focusing down the Phoenix, which allows the tanks to drop back down. The SCVs are tanking. I really think Harstem needed to have charge started and just be trying to like fight out here, beta stim and fall back. You gotta bait stims and fall back against this army. Part of me thinks sentries might be the trick because of that beta stim and then force field them, but it's really tough. Heromarine with a brutal timing and a very clever way to play against what Harstem's been doing. He's rebuilding SCVs, engineering bay goes down behind this. A little bit of a supply block for Gabe. I think Gabe was expecting to lose more units than he did in the initial fight, so he actually planned for his supply to get freed up, and then Harstem got so wiped in that engagement that it worked out so well for Gabe. He got supply blocked, but it doesn't matter because, hey, you've just crushed him and overwhelmed, and that is the power of going for a fast cyclone, going for the 3 racks, and just doing a brutal biotank push. Skip the starboard. It's super all in, guys. It is super all in, but he punishes Harstem, and Harstem's going to have to mix things up. Not be too predictable, or if he's going to keep playing Stargate, he needs to scout a lot better. All right. Let's go into the next game. It's going to be going for a nice macro opening is Harstem. Once again, he scouts early with the probe, man. He has been tortured by early proxy reapers from Heromarine, hasn't he? Now, Heromarine gone gas first this game. That's why he's going command center on the high ground. The reason is you can't afford to SCV scout, and you're not going to be building a Marine after the Reaper. It's just Reaper. Nice quick factory goes down at a minute 51. Really crisp timing. And if the Equino's an Adepticross, you just can't defend this command center. So this is a really cool opening. I love that gas first has come back in a big way. I used to do gas first every game with command center on the low ground and just rely on my Reaper keeping this unit at home. Some of the gambliest shit ever. But that was my Terran for a long time. I was like, hey, if I get away with this, I have a nice crisp start and I feel really confident for the rest of the game. And I had like a 90% plus, like 1 game in 10, I would get my command center not built. And I'd be like, well, this sucks, but I deal with it and actually still have a decent result. Now, it looks like the Reaper does come home to deal with the probe. We've got the reactor about to finish up. And you just see it's like, hey, you've got a really fast reactor. You've got a factory with a tech lab already on it. And a second barracks. So Heromarine doing a similar sort of build to last game, but I told you guys Harstem can't be predictable, and he's not. He goes Twilight. Now, this makes sense. It's Curious Minds. It's a small map. So by going for the Twilight, it's going to be a little bit more good for just frontal fighting compared to something like Phoenix, Oracles, right? Which rely on a lot of space on the map for them to use their mobility. Oh, good catch by Harstem. Is it enough, though? I think Gabe should be able to get a probe here before he gets out. Oh, no, he's dead. Oh, regen? Regen! Oh, but not enough. Even with the regen to survive 1 hit. Good micro by Harstem. Does do very well. El Capitan. Second gate, he goes for the Robo. That does delay his blink by a couple seconds, but of course he needs to get the observers out. If you don't get the Robo, you just have no scouting with this build, so he did not open with the sentry. Doesn't have the advantage of the hallucination or anything like that. Okay, we've got Marines and third barracks before Starport, guys. And this opening is way more crisp. So unlike the last game where he went for the double gas opening, he ended up pushing about, what, 540, 6 minutes, something like that is when he arrived. This game, he should be able to push way harder and faster if he chooses to do it. Now, keep in mind, he could still go for... Yeah, okay, so he's going to go... I was going to say, he could still get an engineering bay and a starport after the 3 barracks. He'll have to get an extra gas, of course, but he can do it that way. You can see, you know, there's little gaps in production. He's kind of powering a little bit to get all this production up, but he'll build a reactor there and a starport. He's got 2 cyclones, in fact. Oh, not so good versus Blink, but it's not the worst. It is 2-gate Blink into a 3rd base here for Harstem. Harstem's just going to move across with 2 Adepts, 3 Stalkers. This Marine will come in and actually see the 3rd timing, which is very valuable for Gabe. And a turret goes down. Gabe's like really cautious right now. He's like, oh man, is it DTs? Is it DTs? I built this thinking I was going to get Oracled or Phoenix, and now these Cyclones can't really do anything. Oh, Harstem gets a nice catch, and I think if Big Gabe opened with a single Cyclone, I would have really liked the opening for him, just in general as a solid build. But as it is now, I'm getting a little worried for Gabe. He sees the 3rd, does have the starport swapping over. So, I mean, it gets you into heavy bio, stim, shields, medevacs pretty quick. Harstem, he's going straight charge. Wow, that's a very quick charge. I actually don't know if I agree with this charge timing. I think that's and it's a cheap upgrade, but it's a little earlier than I'd like it. The reason for that is just that I don't know if he really wants to be investing in that. I feel like he should get a sentry so he can get some Guardian Shield energy or force fields, and maybe Immortals and sentries would probably be better than charge, just because he's only got 2 gateways. I don't know what you can do off 2 gates. He's still sending stalkers across the map. How many stalkers? 7 stalkers. And he's going to go Robo Bay. Oh, he's gone 4 gas, hasn't he? Okay, so he's going to go the Colossus after this. Oh man, it's going to be tough to defend his third though if Gabe decides to push with these first 2 medevacs. The fact that there is 2 Cyclones, remember, he didn't actually kill any of them there. So as the medevacs pop out, I say medevacs, but only medevac got built. Oh, that's a mistake from Gabe. He must have thought 2 were queued up. Harstem picking off some Marines right now. He gets 3 Marines and 53 workers for the Protoss player. Heromarine knows there's a third, but he doesn't know that this is Colossus. As far as he knows, it could be 8-gate charge, in which case if he pushes too early and loses his critical mass of bio, it's going to be really bad, right? Because Zealots are good against the bio in small numbers, but once the bio ball gets really big, that's where the Zealots kick ass. Now the problem is, Gabe doesn't know it's Colossus, and you do not want to let those Colossus build up. You want to get over there now before the first Colossus pops. Once Stalker does go down, Cyclones, man, that locked on range, it's very annoying to deal with. Harstem's got that 1 sentry out now. It's coming on down here with this Immortal. His first Colossus is on the way. Battery on the natural and a battery on the third. My god, that Cyclone lock on, that's what I'm talking about. It's so annoying for him to deal with, man. He's F2'd his Adepts home, every single unit, trying to come back now. But he's given up control of that ramp on the third, so it's a bit scary for him. Now, Gabe has a third. He's got 2 more barracks on the way as well, so 5 barracks production. His +1 attacks finished, stim, shields, and concussive. And these Adepts and Zealots spreading out. There we go. That probe goes down. Good moves by Harstem. He's got to be careful. I think battery overcharge has to get popped in a moment. But, oh, I love the patience from Harstem. Still has not popped it. He's like, no, it's actually not that scary an army. Gabe's powering up a lot more, yeah. I feel like Gabe does not actually have a scary army on the front. The Colossus is out. Second one's on the way. He's got Viagra on the way. And not just that. He's been on 3 gates this whole time. He's now going up to 5, 6 gateways. I would love to see him take a 4th. I think in this scenario as Harstem, if you can take a 4th base before taking your 5th and 6th gas, you can really have a very powerful economic growth. And you can see how he's really fighting for map control. Probe there, Adept there. He's starting to build pylons out on the map. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts plonking some pylons up here and here. Meanwhile, Heromarines like, that's cool. I'm on a similar work account. Let's just take my 3rd base. Oh, great Cyclone movement there. Doesn't let those get focused. Nonetheless, a Marauder still gets picked off. Harstem with some very good focus fire micro. Double drop on the south is going to clear up the map. Now, I love this move for Heromarine. I think way too many Terrans don't clear up map vision. And I'll tell you, as a Protoss player, man, if they take the watchtowers off me like this, I'm like, oh god, there could be drops coming in the top, in the bottom. Like, Harstem doesn't know what's out there. You can see he's got to send Zealots off to spot. He has no idea what's coming his way. He's having to warp in Stalkers and batteries in the main. And yeah, this might have already gone back to join on the north side. He doesn't know, but he has to build all this defense now just to be safe. Now, 5 Stalkers can 2-shot a medevac. Gabe's got to be cautious, but also Harstem has to react real quick, man. He sees the battery and is like, let's not risk it, dude. There's nothing else going on right now, so it'd be very dangerous for Heromarine to commit in there. We can see Harstem did decide to go Colossus Archon, and Archons are so good with this army. When you add Archon Zealot to Colossus in big numbers, and you go +1 and a Prism, and he's got a timing attack coming for sure. The problem for him is if EMP comes out and EMP lands on the army, the Archons, the Zealots are not going to be nearly as tanky as they could be, and everything crumbles. But no Ghost Academy on the way. It's all tanks, Vikings, and bio, which tells us that Heromarine looks like he wants to do more of just a big meaty army right here, right now. He's going to stumble forwards into Harstem's army. Got to be cautious here. This is a really dangerous position for both sides. A couple Zealots go down. That Colossus does take a few Viking volleys. And good micro by Heromarine, just kiting back the Zealots. His tank in the back can start to get some big hits off on these Stalkers, potentially. Vikings are getting focused down. I like that focus fire by Harstem. But as the Zealots are gone, his army looks a lot weaker, doesn't it? He needs some more Zealots in there. The tank line does go back. And Units Lost tab does favor Harstem by just a little. He's getting those pylon spotters up. Harstem really felt he needed to control this area, or he's going to lose too much map vision. So I admire his kind of determination to fight there. He's got the 2nd Robo Double Forge transition. His 4th base is on the way. Once again, though, 4th Command Center for Gabe started up. It's not too far behind, and Terran's meant to be a little behind on the base count because they've got those mules and usually a bit more of an efficient composition, depending on the situation as well. The continued tank production is very interesting because tanks are great versus Stalkers and Colossus. But where is that factory now, guys? Am I blind? Oh, he's lifted it. Okay. He's not going to be building any more tanks. So it's just 3 tanks. Gabe doesn't want to stick to that super immobile, constant tank production style. Oh. Okay, good dodges so far. Zealot's cleaning up the map. Man, Harstem's map control's very powerful. That's worrying. I really feel like if Gabe could just send even 8 Marines and a medevac to clear out this north side, 8 Marines and a medevac to clear out the south side, anything to keep Harstem's map vision back, that's what's worrying, because I really feel like this puts Harstem in a position where he can pick the correct engagements. Otherwise, there's much more chance of the Protoss picking some bad fights. The Disruptor does go down there, but 3 Marauders for it. You know, it's not like that's a bad trade for Harstem. It's just that his disruptor count's very limited, so he's got to be careful with how he manages those. Behind this, we do have gravitic boosters. That is, of course, the... yeah, that's observer speed. I think it's gravitic drive for the warp prism. Anyway, Zealots on the north side, going to come in for a run by. Oh, he's outranging the tanks with the disruptors. Harstem pulling out those advanced maneuvers that very few people even know about. Using the edge of the splash range to outrange the siege tank. Very cool. The Zealots do come in on this base at the same time. He's going to try and take down a few of these SCVs, and very good. Bit slow on the SCV pull, and great micro by Harstem to trade those Zealots out for 11 SCVs. Heromarine is establishing a 4th base on the left, but no, there's one single Zealot standing there, holding his middle finger up in the air, saying, "You can't land here, dickhead." And the Viking does get sniped. I mean, Harstem's been very crisp on his Viking snipes. He's taken down 8 Vikings and hasn't lost a Colossus this game. That shows us that Harstem is winning the trades. When it comes to the really important units, I don't care about the units lost tab so much, though it is actually in Harstem's favor, unlike in some of the previous games. It's the fact that he's sniping those, keeping his Colossus not just alive, but bloody healthy. And this makes it very uncomfortable for Gabe. He's just dumping money into Vikings, hasn't even got the kills. He's only got 4 Vikings versus 3 Colossus. You'd want to have 8, maybe 9 Vikings in this scenario, maybe even 10. Some would argue 10 Vikings to really shut those Colossus down. Zealots aren't going to do much there, but he opens up an angle here. That tank gets a few volleys off, but now Harstem shuffles out of range, does throw a few balls out, but good dodges by Heromarine. Does take out some of those units on the retreat. A couple of Stalkers and Archons do fall. Blink DT's on the way. +1 armor finishes on the Forge. Harstem, is he aware of that? Is he going to be quick at starting up the next one? We'll see. 2-2's on the way. Liberator Harass, a very good idea. I feel like right now what Gabe's missing is the ability to pull Harstem's attention away and limit his vision. Because Harstem is a guy who can look like a god if you give him this much map vision and control. But remember, I'm talking about these spotters all over the map. Harstem doesn't have to worry about anything right now because he sees 90% of the map. So I think Heromarine needs to make things harder for Heromarine. This is for Harstem. Oh man, good dodges, and he focuses down a few disruptors. More DTs coming in now, not even Zealots. The Liberator's gonna hit Harstem at the same time. Shit is hitting the fan for both players. Heromarine just loaded up a drop right now and is sending that on the north side. 15 SCVs go down though. That's a lot of work as Lib Siege is up there, but there's a cannon in position. Ooh, good handling. So you see the way all the pressure is on Heromarine here, and Harstem is abusing him for it. He's handled this pressure just fine. That Liberator will go down there as well. It kills a Stalker or 2. Oh, Harstem with some miss micro, but he does lose 2 Stalkers. That's fine. The important thing is he shuts it down. A drop comes into the north side. There's more Stalkers because he sees it going past with his Zealot and his Watchtower. This is a disaster for Heromarine. He's taken too long to retake map control, and Harstem is punishing him for it. Harstem is showing that if you give him control of the map, he can look like one of the absolute top-tier Protosses in the world, and oh my, where did his army go? Where did his army go? A lot of those disruptors are recharging, and they've got 6-7 kills each. That tells me something just happened to Terran. It involved a Dutchman's balls once again placed on a German man's forehead, and I'm telling you, I mean, Achtung Disruptor, man. You gotta watch out for those disruptors. When he pulls your attention away, those balls can just come flying out of nowhere. Oh. The units lost tab now up 4,000 resources. Harstem's got him pinned, and Harstem is an expert when it comes to controlling the map and then choking his opponent out. He is one of the original guys that will build cannons outside your base while he chips at you with disruptors and tempests. He is very good at abusing technical, super efficient styles that wear the opponent down, and he shows what he can do, even on a small map, just constantly retaking map control. Every time Heromarine cleared up the map, Harstem reset, put out more probes, put out more Zealots, took the map back, and he just dropped Trow and unloaded those balls right on his face. GG, well played. 2-1 lead for Harstem. All right. Ready to fight back in this series, guys. Ready to fight back. He's not going to go down like this. Not on Blackburn. He's once again hiding his barracks. So Heromarine apparently has this proxy barracks hiding meta. But he has to win the next 2 games in a row. Blackburn, I would say it's a pretty good map for Terran, but I have seen it go either way. And I do remember Heromarine losing some heartbreaking maps here in like weekly cups to like Max Packs. There was the famous Max Packs comeback where Heromarine had him basically dead. He had tanks spread from here all the way over here. And then Max Packs came with like a Blink DT flank, I think it was, and killed like 12 siege tanks. And I was like, no! it was like a nasty comeback that I think Heromarine was not happy. It was obviously they were both playing at like 5 a.m. their time in ESL NA Weekly, but it is one of those things. Now, the bunker going down at the front, that's interesting. I feel like he should have just put it there, but I guess he knew the probe was going to block it. So he's like, just build it here. And the Reaper's quick enough that, yeah, you can't stop this. Oh, this is kind of like game 1 again, guys. The Reaper's like, oh, 2 free probes? Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Harstem's like, well, at least I'll lead them away from my buddies so that my life is worth something. But that is very frustrating. And it's actually going to be hard to even get down there and build a shield battery with that bunker placement. Oh, this is, yeah, like he actually, he's got a second Reaper as well. It's going to jump in the main. Oh, this is so annoying. Harstem is, he's in Trigger Town right now, man. Shout out to a Canadian pro gamer. He's not going to be feeling good about this at all. Oof. And look at that. Probes popping out here are also at risk, man. Yeah, he could pop a Reaper out and go after that probe. Or pop them both out and do it. Oh, he could even kill the Stalker potentially, but no, there's another Stalker here. And of course, we're just referencing Trigger, the Canadian pro gamer there, guys. That pylon's going to fall. Good micro by Heromarine. Oh, man. He gets a pylon. That shield battery's kind of low. He's just macroing at home, guys. He's got the command center. Cyclone on the way. Second barracks. The Cyclone into 3 racks play is so popular right now. Oh, he does lose a Reaper. But, I mean, this is about to be defended anyway. So, I mean, Heromarine honestly should run this SCV away at this point. Oh. Yeah, if he can get the SCV home and sell the bunker and get the Reaper out, that would be sick. But look at the split from Harstem. Oh, that Stalker stopped chasing though. And this SCV is like, hide. The Stalker's trying to get the Reaper. Reaper's like, no. Oh, the Reaper's going to die. And the SCV. Harstem with some Particle Disruptor revenge. Oh, but is he? The SCV says, see, you don't want to be here. Harstem says, yeah, recall, bitch. I love it. Play into counterplay. But then the Oracle comes in. Oh, no. Heromarine gets the lock, but he's not going to get out of the Oracle range. Oh, my God. This is actually such a sick little fight. One of them gets the upper hand. Then the other one gets the upper hand. These guys' early game battles are so much fun. Oh my God, remember right from game 1, I thought Harstem was dead after a similar opening, and then he fought back with the Oracles. He does it again, even though Heromarine was prepared this time with a Cyclone, but he'd gone into tank afterwards. And now the Oracle's a bit of a pain for him, so he has to build another Cyclone. He does cancel an add-on there, lifts his barracks, and then rebuilds the add-on. Oh no, he's going to rebuild it in a sec, guys. He just didn't have the money to do that. Come on, mate. What are we doing? What are we doing, mate? Oh, he's going to put it on that tech lab. He's just waiting for the Cyclone. Okay, I see. All right. That kind of made sense. Anyways, Robo's on the way. So Harstem's going to be going Oracle, Stalker. Huh? What's this build? 3-gate Robo after Oracle. Normally you go Oracle into Blink or Phoenix into Colossus. I haven't seen Oracle into Colossus before. Not since a long time. I mean, Classic used to do this in 2016, 2017. This is like how I learnt PvT. That's a different age. People were not really figuring out Legacy of the Void back then, but I mean, it's going to be a bit of a curveball. It's going to be surprising for Gabe to run into this because he's going to be like, wait, you've got Colossus surprisingly. And another Oracle? Oh my God. Guys, is Harstem going to play the Stasis Trap style? I did a Stasis Trap challenge the other day. And the thing about stasis traps, people are like, oh, mass stasis trap challenge, cool. And the thing is, like, obviously, if I'm trolling diamond players and smurfing, beastie cute, U-thermal. Whoa, no shade, guys. I've been really enjoying their videos, actually. The U-thermal picking up the beastie cutie mantle. But anyways, point is, people will keep walking in. With a pro gamer, once he knows there's stasis traps out there, he's going to stop walking into them, but he's going to be much more cautious with his army movements. And the thing is, that's where disruptors become really powerful. Because the counter to disruptors is like jumping on top of them and killing them quickly. But if there's stasis traps everywhere, you can't really do that. So Harstem is going to have 2 oracles spamming stasis traps. He's going to go heavy disruptors. Now, there is a super meta follow-up to this, which is you actually go straight into Tempests, because they're going to try and use like siege tanks to outrange the disruptors a lot of the time. And then you get Tempests out and you're like, lol, I got Tempest Disruptor and stasis traps. This is the trolliest shit ever, but I think Harstem had a bit of an awkward start. And he's kind of like, hey, let's do something different. Let's get the Disruptor out, get the Oracle, see what we can do. We've got Colossus on the way as well. Viagra does start up. So economically, it looks like it's a decent situation for Harstem. I think it's very hard to kill him because of the stasis traps. But if these stasis traps don't land big, if he doesn't get any Disruptor shots off, he has very few actual proper units that fight. Good stasis trap, but... does he just get killed by the drop? I mean, this is the big problem. You have no Blink. You have no Phoenix. You have no mobile units that shoot up right now. 1 Phoenix and 4 Stalkers is not going to defend you guys. And this is it. I mean, Gabe's realizing, what the shit is this gimmick stuff you're doing, mate? 1 Phoenix is going to start tickling the medevacs. It takes forever to actually kill them. And Harstem's massing unupgraded Zealot, Stalker, Sentry, Colossus. If Heromarine really expertly moves, then he'll do well. He kills the Phoenix. Was that the Phoenix or a pylon? Oh, that was a pylon up there. Sorry, never mind. Okay. It's Oracle Phoenix here, but he sets off that one with just a single stasis. And you see, Heromarine's very aware of what he's up against. And Harstem's going to have to come down and fight. Double drop in the back of the natural as he pushes the front. Good defense on the front. But, uh-oh, on the back of that natural. Oh, no, lots of probes going down. He's going to clear up the tank on the front, but Gabe's like, hey, guess what? You have no mobility. He's going to depower this. Does pull back the Marines. The Marauders run forward. Harstem a little too slow. The Colossus does go down. Double drop in the main. Picks up, goes back to the third, and he says, yeah, this is what happens when you don't build anything to control my movement. No Blink, no Phoenix is an illegitimate style, and this is why. Massive damage on the economy. Heromarine just picking up, moving freely between the bases, and we are seeing the weakness of Harstem's kind of troll style here. A bit of a weird build. Oracle into Robo. We got to see Heromarine expertly understanding how to dismantle that kind of oddball build. He did not freeze up at all. I think Harstem was looking to surprise him, freeze him up a little bit. Heromarine knew exactly what to do. He has played against ladder trolls before, mate. All right. We're going to game number 5. We've got Heromarine fighting back, going into Hardwire. His opponent in the top right, it is Harstem. Kevin de Koning, one of our greatest YouTubers in recent years, and I love seeing the fact that he's blown up and come up and just seems to constantly be finding new challenges and fun ways to play the game, so that's been really, really cool. Now, it's been interesting. Harstem opened up Stargate 2 games in a row, and then Twilight a couple games as well, or Twilight and then back to Stargate, right? Does he go back to Stargate this game? We'll have to find out. And yeah. He's once again looking around for kind of proxy barracks, you can see. Queuing up this this probe to check out what's happening. Now, his gas has not gone down yet, guys. Hello? Harstem. Is Harstem doing Parting's build, guys? In that case, normally you'd go 18 Nexus. What is this build, guys? No probes producing right now. He's going 17 Nexus? Okay, Harstem has some special tactics planned right now, and I... Nexus gas core, right? 75 minerals, gas. Yep. And then cyber core. Or does he cute 18? Maybe it was 17 Nexus 18 core, actually, wasn't it? And he's going to pull a probe over and build a cyber core there, hey? He's queued up an extra probe. I think he wants to cancel that extra probe. There we go. Cancels it, builds a cyber core. Yeah, he's doing parting, the parting build from Katowice 2021, guys. So early 2021, the one that wrapped up the 2020 season. But he's taking a second gas with it. So it's a variant of that build. So the advantage of this build is your Nexus is earlier. It just gets you a few more probes out, but your tech is delayed in terms of your gas mining sucks, right? So he's going to be able to just get more probes. So this to me seems just like a super economy start build. I don't think he's going to do the proxy gate or anything like that because he's gone for the second gas. So I think he's going to play a very standard way. He's just going to have earlier chronos, earlier mineral mining on that base. We'll see what he does with it. I think it's going to be a Twilight build. I think Stargate really sucks off this because your gas mining is so delayed. But we'll see exactly what he opts for. Reaper goes straight past the probe. Oh, Heromarine, wake up, buddy. Wake up. There we go. Okay, he does find it. The probe will come in and it will see command center. And doesn't see anything else. Behind this, he's gone Adept, Warp Gate, second Adept, and we'll be seeing a Twilight Council. It's not going to be an especially quick Twilight Council, but look at that, chronoing the probes. Also, chrono's the second Adept here as well. He wants to shut down the scouting, and it's a bit of a deviation in the opening. I gotta ask Harstem about this build order, man. Twilight Council goes down. Yeah, it's not super late. It's maybe 20 seconds later than you could potentially get it if you went Nexus before Core, which of course he did, but he's just playing very, very defensive, economic, very solid opening. Heromarine going once again for the factory into the second barracks. He's loving this format. Sorry guys, I had to mute to sneeze there for a moment. Oh, he's gonna get caught! Oh, barely gets out of range of that Adept. That was close, man. All right, second gateway comes down. He's also got a Stalker, so it's a pretty continuous gateway production. Very solid there for Harstem. Chronos is Blink as well. 30 probes versus 26 SCVs. Cyclone to start for Heromarine. Heromarine, of course, doesn't know what he's up against. He's seen 2 Adepts. He hasn't seen the Stalker. That shouts, I'm going Stargate, or I'm going DTs. You know, I'm doing something like that. I'm doing something a little bit different. Now, the probe moves up there. The Adept and the Stalker will move out, and probe is there. Oh, got to save that probe, buddy. There we go. Behind this, third barracks goes down. Heromarine loves this opening. Now, I think in this game 5, there's no way Heromarine just does stim shields push, guys. Number one, he doesn't see a Stargate, so that doesn't make any sense to do that up against a Blink opening. You could make it work technically, but it's very difficult. I think we will see the engineering. Yeah. Wow, you're so smart, Pig. You saw it on the production tab. I didn't, I swear. I promise. Engineering bay. We'll see the starport on the factory do the reactor swap. The extra gases come down. So I think this is, yeah, it's a good way to play. We saw him do this before. It's solid. It's not as committed as that, you know, I'm just going to push with tanks and SCVs and Marines and have no medevacs, no upgrades coming in behind it. This is a much more well-rounded style. He is building a second siege tank, though. That will keep him safe in case it was 4-gate Blink. It's actually 3-gate Blink into a third base for Harstem. So Harstem's playing a kind of in-between style. He doesn't want to play too risky. 2-gate Blink can be very fragile if your opponent surprises you with a push. So he's just giving himself a little bit of extra leeway. Now, I think he lifts this barracks and puts it on that tech lab. Yeah, I'm not sure why that landed there. Bunker for Heromarine. So Heromarine is a bit cautious. He thinks he might be getting 4-gated because he doesn't know that there's a Nexus down. So that's a bit of a problem for him, is that he is kind of worried right now. And he's, oh, I'm kind of afraid. But look, third gas, fourth gas, +1 weapons on the way. The Adept sees the tanks and the bunker. This is really good for Harstem because he sees bunker and tank, and you're like, oh, okay, you're like really... If there wasn't a bunker, I might be worried about a push, but since there's a bunker, okay, let's get charged, let's get a forge. He's on 3 gases right now, which tells us I think Harstem's going to go for the Immortal Sentry style with this and charge. So I expect a few sentries to warp in with his next bit of gas and Immortal production to start up as well. Sentries are the priority, I would say, to get some energy. But, you know, 3 gas, you can play just Stalker, Zealot, Sentry. It's not the most well-rounded. It's a very fragile comp if you don't land those force fields just right. He's going to blink in the main. This tank doesn't really cover much, does it? Heromarines in like a survival formation, but the problem with the survival formation is it's a bit cautious. Oh, he's got a stim, though. 2 Marines for a Stalker, 3 Marines for 2 Stalkers. Good trade for Heromarine. Doesn't even lose the depot. Never mind, guys. He's already got stim. He doesn't need that tank to be in a more aggressive stance, does he? And look at that, he's up on 8 gateways is Harstem. So Harstem starts the Immortal Sentry production now. Yeah, so this is a very, very typical style. Nothing crazy here. It's just like, hey, I've got Force Fields, I've got Immortals, I've got Guardian Shield. The 2 tanks are very powerful versus this, if they can stay alive in that, you know, draw it out for a bit, because they're going to have the range advantage. And swapping into Widowmine production gives you some really flexible harassment as well. Double drop moves down the right side, spots the Adept, takes it out. There's 5 Stalkers here. They're going to try and, you know, just grab a Marine, blink away. Only 1 or 2 Marauders actually stimmed there. And I like this aggressive move for Heromarine. He realizes Harstem has to turn tail because he's so outgunned by the stim bio. Now that stim shields +1's done. Concussive is also on the way. Bunker does get sold here. Now, do we see a third build? Oh, it's already building in the back. So pretty well-timed third. Heromarine is not that committed. On the downside, it means he doesn't actually have that much bio here. But he's got the double drop going in towards the main. The Zealots warping in the main base as well. Charges there. Heromarine diving deep right now. Oh, very ambitious. There's a lot of Stalkers, but no shield battery here. And the buildings do kind of hurt Harstem. You know, he's only kept a very tight avenue there Stalker's coming forward. He has to do a defensive blink, not an aggressive one. The Zealot's going into the choke point. Heromarine taking an awesome fight, but can the Sentry Zealot Immortal do well at the third? Yes, it can. The Stalkers are getting outgunned up here. Good micro by Harstem, though, blinking him back, and he can get rid of the tanks. This is big. This is big for Harstem. Those Immortals are going to cleave through those tanks and Marauders very quickly, and the Widowmines might get a shot or two, but he's got to get out of there, and he does. The 2 medevacs do save their lives in the main. That looked like a pretty even engagement. Units lost, even on both sides. Gabe's got his third floating out. He didn't bother waiting for the orbital. He's like, dude, I've got extra SCVs already. It's more important for me to get them mining efficiently rather than making the orbital and saving up mule energy. Whereas if that command center is really fast, you always want to wait, just get the orbital, then move down, right? Because you're not having all these SCVs being inefficient. But for him, he's like, dude, I got so many SCVs that I need to get mining. So intelligent adaptation to the situation there for Heromarine. And you see the extra gases have come down. The Robo Bay is there. A Colossus is on the way. We've got some Zealots getting split up. Heromarine! Holy shit! Who are you and what have you done with the safe conservative German that always tries to play the careful plan? He's like, I'm going to pick my whole army up and doom drop. That's how I got top 4 in Katowice. I did more gambles. I did more aggression. I took more crazy risks. Let's keep on doing it. And he might have outpositioned Harstem here. He's going to get at least a couple probes. Gets 1 probe, 2 probes go down. Baits the battery overcharge. Widowmines get a decent volley on that front spread of Zealots. He's got to be careful of the force fields, though. Oh, great force fields for Harstem. The captain takes down a couple of Marauders there. But, ooh, the sentries are falling. That's expensive. And, oh, he blinks over. A big move for Harstem. He says, you can't leave. Does take out a medevac there. Does take a Widowmine hit and a few more Stalker losses. But Gabe gets out of there. This is still looking kind of dangerous for the Protoss player, Harstem. Luckily for him, his Zealots get in and do damage. The reason it's dangerous is he lost his sentries. And those are such an important part of allowing that army to be effective. Gabe's also cleaning up the Zealots on the left side. There is a single Marine on the right that sees there's no 4th started yet. So Gabe's like, cool, man, we're playing 3 base versus 3 base. I'm cleaning your Zealots up efficiently. So we learned from the previous game that if you do not deny the vision of Harstem and he gets this map control, he's going to control the map and he's going to drop balls on you. He's going to harass you with Zealots at all the right times. He's going to pick some really bloody good engagements. So I think right now, Gabe, you've got to split a double drop off, grab a bunch of bio, send it around the right side, clear up those Zealots, and really contest the map. He's sending a Widowmine drop right now, which I really love. This is a really efficient, like low investment way to get huge potential damages to 4 Widowmine drop. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the problem. Harstem's going to see it the moment it moves out. And that is the problem that Gabe is dealing with. And it's the same problem we had on Curious Minds. Harstem is a map control god. And that's allowing him to take the right fights. I think you give these guys no chance to see what's happening ahead of time, just reacting on the fly off the cuff. Heromarine has far better mechanics than Harstem, and I think Harstem would agree with me. But right now, Harstem has more map control, and he's setting himself up to have way more time to plan and react, and that's what's allowing him to actually outplay Gabe in map number 3. We'll see if he can do it again. So far, the Zealot run by is good, but you can see this army's pushing back the map a little bit. You know, he's clearing Harstem's vision up, but look at that Widowmine drop just got shot down. That just died. It just went down full because it got spotted moving across the map. So this is where Heromarine now starts to gain some map control back, which is good for him. It's equal work. Oh, dangerous maneuver. He picks up his whole army there. But there's an Observer on the right and a Zealot there. Okay, he does just pull back. Okay, I think that's a good choice by Heromarine. Why? He's waiting for 2-2. He's waiting for his 4th command center. He's actually building up very well. Heromarine is ahead in this game. The upgrades aren't too far behind for Harstem. He's got his own 2-2 started. He's got a 2nd Robo and a DT Shrine on the way. But he doesn't have a great work account. And I think at this point as Harstem, you don't want to improve the work account. There's a weird catch where it's like you don't want to build the probes right before the fight happens. So you might as well just try and get a more powerful maxed out army. Just try to get to max before a really big fight happens. Try to just hold Heromarine back. That's got to be Harstem's play, is just be very efficient off this 68, 70 workers. Because you're not going to 80 workers this late in the game. Because it's like, hey, let's build 10 more probes. Oh, a fight happened and I died. He needs to just invest in army. Oh, good dodge by Gabe. Very nice dodge there. 4th command center being taken. We've got another, we've got constant little Zealot harass coming in. I love it. It's individual Zealots so much as well. But look at this. Heromarine moves up that left side. There is still a Zealot behind him though, so I still feel like, yeah, he's got to get rid of all these pylons and stuff. Uh-oh, Harstem's right there. The triple drop's in trouble, mate. Get out of there. Run, run, run. He's got to just stim and run. He can't fight at all. He's just got to get out of there. The Zealot, I like the way Harstem micros the Zealot on the front Marauder to try and block the army. But most of those units do get out of there. And Heromarine, he's doing this double-pronged movement on the map. And that's the way you do it, man. He's really making it hard for Harstem. Harstem's army on the right is tiny. Dude, he can just get jumped on. Oh, no. Okay, Harstem does have a backup disruptor. That is very important because there's a lot of valuable units that had very little splash damage guarding them right there. 3/3 upgrades are on the way. 4th planetary's finishing. Oh, my lord. He's got a 2nd starport on a reactor as well. Oh, my. Heromarine is on 8 barracks. He's going to have 3 reactors and 5 tech labs. Oh, Gabe is in such a powerful macro situation. The only problem he's having right now is that he hasn't started the fusion core or the lib transition. He's got 9 Vikings versus 3 Colossus. Great Marauder count. Only 1 Ghost as well, actually. He's a little low on Ghosts, but oh my god, he just snaps a Colossus. Very well done. Harstem's really being patient, though. And remember, we actually did build a handful more workers. I don't think that's too bad. That's okay, but oh, Disruptors. Catches the balls. Harstem. Okay, you'll get 1 hit. Gets a few Marauders and Marines there, but loses a Disruptor and a few Stalkers. That Disruptor does go down. Good moves by Gabe. Gabe does take... Oh, I like that snipe on the Viking. Remember, the Viking snipes are also what Harstem did so well on Curious Minds. Hasn't been able to do it so well here. Good Disruptor hit. Hits about 3 Marauders there. And Gabe really wants to force the finish right now. But I like the way Harstem's pulling back. He's trying to bait him in further and further. Bait him to stim again and again. And Heromarine, I think he might have to pull back and reinforce the army. We'll see. The Colossus are going to go down to these Vikings. Just 2 volleys will take out that other Viking. But there's a lot of Stalkers on top of him. And actually, it's only 4 Vikings left. So that Colossus will stand strong. DT's coming in from behind as well. And there we go. Scan does take those down. Heromarine has got to be winning this game. He's up 2,000 in the resources lost. He's got more command centers coming in. He's got lib range, 3/3, plus 2 ship weapons, more command centers. Harstem, he's barely on 4 bases. He's struggling. He's so heavy on Stalkers right now. 6 Disruptors, 25 Stalkers. I think he still needs to get up to 8 or 9 Disruptors because Gabe is so good at dodging. Now, that's a quad drop moving across. That's a lot of supply. That's 40 supply taken away from his army. So Gabe's going to try and defend 120 supply of Protoss with only 85 supply of Terran. He's got to be so cautious. If he had range libs, I'd feel better about it. His Doom Drop goes in. He's got to unload. And he does unload very quickly. Oh, that's a big move. Nice quick recall, though. Oh, wow. Harstem recalled quicker. I don't think Gabe realized. So he's worried about picking up now because he knows he can't. And he does lose 2 full drops there. I don't think it's the end of the world. You know, you've got 4 bases. You're going to be taking a 5th soon. Oh, Harstem with a very sneaky set of ambush disruptors in the map. I mean, they're not even ambush disruptors. They're, let's try and please don't jump on me and kill me disruptors is what we want to probably call those. But he gets some good hits there. Harstem stays alive against the big quad drop and he sees it over there. So he's going to split some army off and hunt that one down. Lib range on the way. 4 more Liberators coming in right now. Oh my god, I told you guys, what is this version of Gabe? Gabe, the drop chad, the psychopath. He's just drop. He loves Doom Drop. And it's a great way to finish the game off, but it means this army at home is very fragile. So he needs to bring that army in as a flank and... Oh, Gabe! Oh my god, but wait. Oh my god, only one of the medevacs goes down. He's going to lose all those Stalkers. Is Harstem. Gabe jumps on this army. He does lose a commander. Who cares about that? Right now, Gabe is in survival mode. He's going to try and Doom Drop the main. I don't think that's the right move. The Stalkers are there. Gabe, watch out. Gabe is playing with fire right now, but his micro is too good. I keep thinking he's not going to be looking, but he gets so much damage here. And he's going to chase the army down in the middle. Big Gabe, huge, tall, and erect right now. He is standing firm, solid, thick, and turgid. Oh my god, the vascularity on this man. But, oh, he is going to get this army cornered. Maybe stayed a little bit too long. He'll at least take out some Stalkers on the high ground. Harstem with a good move back, though. He's going to shut down the rotation. And you know what? You lose a base, you lose some units, but overall, that actually still similar units lost tab to earlier, which means the trades are getting a bit more even. Harstem still has a core of Disruptors up. I would say the army is a bit too Stalker heavy. And there's an argument here behind you just need more libs and maybe even tanks because EMP and libs are going to kill the Stalkers, but what Harstem has here is mobility. I'm getting excited because we've seen Protoss players win with this shit tier army plus Disruptors just by catching the Terran siege units out. And that's what he's going to be trying to do. There's only like 4 libs out here. And the thing is, if the Disruptors are making the bio run backwards in a ball, if you're not pre-spread, you don't have any tanks or libs pre-sieged, look at what he can do. See, Harstem's going to try and shove like a crazy man here. And yes, oh, he lands a big ball on the right side. And the Zealots are tanking on the left side. And look at that. He gets in between you and your bases. And that's where you struggle. This is why you need tanks against this style. Because otherwise it's such a pain. But oh, big Disruptor shot does land there. That command center goes down as well. Okay, a couple sentries go down. The command center goes down is not the end of the world. Remember, there's more command centers where that came from. It's just hard to chase into this. So this is a situation when he does this, Gabe's like, dude, I wish I had another double drop going. I wish I had another quad drop going. He is sending a lib to harass, but he's like, you piece of shit, you cheeky little fucker. If you can flank and surround this army, Harstem's army cannot hold a candle to Gabe's Gabe's army. Gabe's army is so much better quality, but Harstem's dictating where and when the fight happens with the movement, and that is expert. And the DT's coming behind it. Oh no, Heromarine. He's got such a better army, but his economy is getting ravaged and savaged. Harstem coming in, the Dutch sneaky lad, getting it done with, like I said, it's a pretty basic army, but oh, big balls. They've been hunting for Gabe's face this entire time. People have been saying, it's such a big target. It's Big Gabe. How have you not landed them yet? Harstem says, hold my beer. Hold my fucking, I don't know what they eat in the Netherlands. Hold my fucking glass of milk or some shit. I know they eat a lot of like cheese and stuff. That's why they're so tall, right? Either way, Harstem finally gets some big hits. His efficiency is closing. He's getting it closer to even, and he's damaged Heromarines' economy. Now remember, Harstem does not have that 80 probe 6-base Protoss economy where he just wins the game now. If he loses these DTs, they are irreplaceable, but he's keeping him so busy with the disruptors and the movement. There's only a few Vikings and a Widowmine and a Planetary. And that should be enough. If that Widowmine lands, that should defend the DTs. Widowmines are the counter to DTs, EMP as well. Absolutely takes 2/3 of their hit points. One EMP and one Widowmine splash literally kills every DT here. I always talk about just how fragile that. They dodged the Widowmine. Oh, he gets the Planetary, even with the EMPs landing. He's going to dive on the libs. Harstem sees an opening, and he shoves it right on in there. Throws the Disruptors, takes out a lot of the Liberators, and pulls on back. Very nicely done there. Getting the Planetary as well. One DT still hiding behind the base. Heromarine actually has that one in vision, but the way Harstem's keeping him pinned back, we're seeing how, like, I think he just needs to do more harassment. The Liberator does kill 3 probes, forces a big Stalker warp in at home. Harstem is nowhere near max. He's still down on army supply, and I feel like Heromarine still actually winning this game. As funny as that sounds, but Harstem's making it so stressful, and he lands another big disruptor. And whenever the Terran gets stressed, they try to force the fight, and that is where they lose. We have seen this so many times in our own ladder games, right? You're winning, you think you're winning, but the Protoss is just backstabbing and being a dickhead. And this DT, that is a trigger DT right there. 17 worker kills. Oh my god, that DT. Oh my god. And you can see the stress is real. It's game 5. This is a very important round of 8 upper bracket series to see who goes into the upper semis. It's such an important match. And there we go. That's the frustration right there, but I think it's a good move. Is it though? Oh man. Oh, Harstem dives and gets both of those libs. Okay, Gabe. He's microing well, but he does eat a big ball there. He's got to be careful. He's going to try and... Oh, he's flanking. He goes for the flankety flank, but the big balls from behind are keeping back the flank. Oh, that may have been a bad move. Oh, he's so frustrated dealing with Harstem's movement. Harstem's just trying to bait him into his balls. It's like walking through a field of rakes right now for Gabe. He's like, you friggin' piece of shit. But he just lost so much army there, and it's all about the positioning of Harstem. Harstem is constantly in this situation. I mean, these Stalkers are so weak. They get EMP'd, they get one shot by the +2 libs, but he's able to just catch Gabe slightly behind on the movement, just not guarding his Liberators for a moment, and suddenly, bam, so much of those Liberators go down, and Gabe, he's down to just 3 libs. He's got 11 Marauders, 4 Ghosts, 10 Marines, but it's so hard to get on top of this, and the way Harstem's using his army movement is fantastic. He's long-distance mining. He's got a mineral line. That base is half mined out. Harstem's income is not amazing right now. It's very similar to the 45 SCV economy of Big Gabe, but that 45 SCV economy, that 66 probe economy, I mean, everything comes down to the next fight. And now, for the first time in a long time, Heromarine is significantly behind in army supply in these last minute or so. He's replacing it. He's catching up a little. But my god, is it hard for him to force a fight. I feel like just an 8 Marine drop, anything to get on the other side of the map, anything to pull the attention of Harstem away could help here. But Harstem's being a right dickhead. Couple Stalkers and a Sentry go down. Good little skirmish there for Gabe. The APM must be off the charts. Both players above 400 APM right now. Harstem's got him pinned back, and that means his bases are mining out. Gabe will feel pressure to secure another expansion. Harstem, though, feels pressure to just make sure he doesn't rebuild the lib count and the bio count, because those units are scary. Some of the libs all facing the right side, not the left side. Stalkers move in and focus it all down. There was no EMP there to punish, and not that much stim bio. Oh, Gabe's trying to come in with a 270, but once again, look at the way Harstem moves. He can just, if he gets out the left side, he's just going to dodge. Good disruptor shot lands. Good disruptor shot lands again. Oh, Harstem's in the open. Can he stand and fight? Harstem, is he standing in a bit too of a dangerous position? Or will his balls land the hits? He lands some big ones so far. None of the disruptors are getting focused before they go down. Great flank of bio from behind. Heromarine might just be able to take out the army. He kicks Harstem right in the nuts. And he says, eat a dick. Eat a dick, Disruptor. Boy, he kills so many Disruptors there. He does finally clean that army up. Harstem's got this base up here, though. That fresh base is huge. Gabe has to float a base out right now. He desperately needs more income. Gabe has been on the back foot. You know he's so angry because he's in such a stressful position. Harstem is playing so well to keep him pinned and under pressure. This Widow Mine, great move. Oh, he's got to burrow in the mineral line. It's queued to burrow there. It's a bit of a misclick, guys. Not going to be that effective. It's not even queued to burrow, in fact. Extra base is going down. Now, the real scary thing for Gabe is how do you defend this base? That's only 4 mineral patches. This base is a little exposed. This base is exposed to run-bys. There's a lot of things that can go wrong there. Widow Mine only gets a single probe. Good handling by Harstem. Disruptors are rebuilding. He's back up to... He's got 1 Colossus and 3 Disruptors are there. More Marine Marauder building right now. Oh, this is so even right now. It's 70 probes for Harstem, though, and that's the scary thing. And why maybe... Did Heromarine need to counterattack? I think maybe Heromarine needed to counterattack and just, like, jump on top and focus down the Disruptors. Oh, Harstem! What the hell? This is a savagely dangerous maneuver. Oh! Gabe eats a big ball, though, and he might chase into the other balls. The Planetary does survive. Is this an overextension for Harstem? It might be. He's losing a few Disruptors here. Great moves for Gabe to punish this, and Gabe should keep chasing. That Viking can get the Colossus. If he stims, he could kill a few more units there. I think he could have chased that army, guys. He's going to doom drop the left side of the map. He says, I can position faster than you. Oh, it's a make or break. If he gets these 2 next side, it could be game over in Gabe's favor. Gabe keeping his foot on the pedal. He says, I've got momentum. Let's go. Oh no, we're stumbling into each other there. Harstem does take out a medevac, still with a few units inside, but he loses all those Stalkers there. Good start to the fight for Gabe. Gabe's unit's pretty weak, though. Oh, he dodges the EMP with the Stalkers. Another one does go down. The medevacs are falling, though. Medevacs falling without boost available is actually very hard for Gabe to replace him. Look at his supply. That income is really making its presence be known. That 70 probe count for Harstem finally has enough fresh bases to mine from. Gabe's going to push that left side and the right side at the same time. This bio's so wounded on the left, though. That's a big problem for him. Harstem is going to lose this base, though. That's definitely costly. Good move for Gabe. Gabe, he's... Oh, a recall. Oh, my God, a recall. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. It was a recall of 6 probes. What? He's like, oh no, an army's recall. It's like 6 probes just to replace the ones that died. Harstem with a combat recall to replace the miners. Man, make sure I do not sign up to be part of his mining corps. Oh no, Gabe's whole army almost gets a Disruptor kill. Does not quite. Let me show you. Harstem wins the bloody game there. Oh my God, I gotta show you guys this last fight on the left side. That bio with just no medevacs to heal it. He's gonna stim, he's gonna run forwards, and watch this Disruptor. Oh my God, watch it, watch it, watch it. This is gonna be absolutely brutal, mate. Oh, and he finishes it the way he won the series there, with once again another big giant Dutchman's balls on the face. Heromarine there goes down in a hard-fought series. Harstem defies the haters and says, mate, I am on a bloody tear this season. Goes to the upper bracket semifinals. What an absolute beast.